I've gotten on to.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I was invited to join that when I first came on with Paris. So I don't really know how to tell her to do anything about it. But has she gotten onto that yet? Did they invite her onto that?
Which one is it? I didn't hear you.
Senior Planet.
Oh yeah, I put Senior Planet on your tablet. Sharita, you remember that's the one where it's probably the one you got on stretching with, where you went to Senior Planet and you could scroll through all kinds of different virtual things. And it will be, yes, stretching is one of them, but I mean, you can learn how to speak Spanish, I think. One of the ones I went to was all about YouTube, like how to navigate YouTube.
Wow.
So that one.
Yeah, it was really cool. I learned things that, I didn't know before. So
I'm really gonna explore it and see if I can learn some things.
but yeah, click on that Senior Planet button. I don't know if Miss Betty, you have a Senior Planet button, but I set my people's tablet up with just this Senior Planet button, and then y'all probably have it to where it's like programs on Senior Planet are already sent to your tablet. So like the morning stretch or other things. The Claris is really cool. I mean, you can set it up a umpteen million different ways to help serve your people. So Sharita, if there is a particular class that you would like to do every time, like the stretching class, if you want me to set up kind of a reminder, the way the Tai Chi class is, if you want me to set you up in a reminder and it'll pop up and you can just join it, I can do that. You just have to let me know and I'll do it.
All right. All right.
Ma'am?
Mine, or are you on a different system? Can you tell mine? Could you add that button to mine or no?
What, the Senior Planet button or the stretch button?
What certain classes that you're interested in like that?
Yeah. Do you know which one you're interested in?
Well, maybe I could let you know that. Don't know exactly right now.
Okay. How about I tell Alexi to set you up with a Senior Planet button and then you can explore it and then you can let us know. Will that work?
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm making myself a note right now. And hopefully she'll just put it on everybody's. So Sharita, just so you understand, Betty comes from a different area agency on aging. She comes from SOWEGA Council on Aging. So her tablets aren't my tablets.
Okay.
You're not.
Sometimes it's confusing, and then some people don't even know what a Claris is because they're coming in off of their laptops.
I love it.
It's a wonderful thing. I enjoy it a lot.
I try to not let anybody be confused as to what in the world we're talking about. So this will be a little advanced for y'all, but I do want to let you know that I try to add the tutorial videos. I try to do it periodically as needed, as requested, but I have recently added the advanced 6 videos. If you want to look into those, kind of just see what it's all about, we'll eventually get there. But also to remind you that if there's any videos in that Tai Chi playlist or in the tutorial videos or however you access it, if there's any videos that you think, well, I wish she had a video like this, just let me know and I'll do it. Because right now there's a lot of videos up there and I might miss what I'm missing. So I rely on y'all to just tell me like, hey, can you do, honestly, right now, I don't even know if there's a basic 6 video with me turned around. Because that was something that was newly requested, and I haven't gone back to see what all is there. So if you see something and you wish I had it, just let me know. Send me a message. I think
Yeah,
all of y'all, y'all
lot
all
of
have a button.
I'm sorry.
No,
I was
go
just
ahead.
a lot of these classes that you're talking about are not on Clary's. They're on your regular YouTube.
That's right. And you should on your Claris have a button to my YouTube. Is that right?
No. Well, there's one, yes, but it's nothing that I've been able to see is except very elementary things on the first basic 6.
Okay.
So how do you get to your class that we do today? How can I get on it to review it?
Okay. Let me do a share screen. Oh, Lord. I thought I was going to do a share screen. Let's see what this is. Let's share this page and go here. All right. So can you see? Oh, wait, here's Miss Arlene. All right. So what you're looking at is my YouTube page, and you should have a button, and I'm going to make a note when I email Alexie. To see how she has that set up, because Miss Sharita has a button that takes you straight there.
That would be very convenient.
So this is my channel, or I think that's what they're called on YouTube. And here is a complete list of every video that I have. Okay, I'm gonna move this over here so I can scroll. Here's all my videos that I've ever in the time that I've done.
I'm not able to get all those. That'd be great.
Okay, so it's all on there. So right this morning I did these two: Advanced 6 turned around, Advanced 6 turned around. SOWEGA January 24th p.m. That's that afternoon class. SOWEGA January 24th a.m. That was the morning class. So you may have to scroll down a little bit and find the date depending on how many videos I've uploaded. But if you want to go straight to the tutorials, like not the classes, you go to playlist, and then there's this button that says Tai Chi, and there are 22 videos. And so here's all the different warm-ups and movements. You have individual movement videos, and then you'll have it where it's basic 6.
That's a world of information right there.
It is. That's why I say, if there is something missing, please let me know, because it's not intentional. It's just, it's hard to keep up with what people need. So I just rely on y'all to let me know. So that is the Tai Chi videos, but I'm probably going to hit something. Yeah, there's me. Goodness, my channel. But yeah, I'll get you, hopefully Alexie can add you a button that just takes you straight here to these videos. And anything that says SOWEGA is a class. Anything that doesn't say it, it's one of those tutorial videos. So that is what it looks like. Stop share. Miss Arlene, I'm so sorry that you didn't get the word that our class was canceled last week. That was my blunder. I had on my list of things to do to tell Alexie to remind the people that weren't in class that we weren't going to have class. And I never did it. So I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I say mama tries. Mama tries. Whew. And generally I do pretty good, but every now and again I'll mess up and I'll kick myself for messing up. But hey, we're human, right?
Okay,
Mhm.
tell me now, do you have the advanced class in the evening or not?
No, because we only had one person that signed up for advanced. That was you, right?
Right?
And I asked if we can just have two just regular classes because there were so many other people that had signed up. Now, I don't know what has happened to all the people that have signed up because there's like 16 people, but not that many people have been coming to class.
Well, it's okay that I come to this class. But I prefer the advanced. But if nobody else is there, I'll listen to this one.
Well, are you saying that you'd rather come in the afternoon?
No, the morning's fine too.
Okay. Well, we'll revisit it after this group goes through the Tai Chi. We'll revisit the idea of an advanced class in the fall.
Okay.
And then if that works out, then we'll do it. Y'all know I'm game to do whatever y'all need. I just didn't want, 15 people to be in the morning class and then one person be in the afternoon class. That didn't make good sense. So we'll revisit it in the fall. But Miss Arlene, just know that on that YouTube page, I'm putting the advanced movements. I just put advanced 6, 4 different ways, turned around backwards and mirror image. There is brush knee on there, and I'm going to start working my way through the videos of each movement. So outside of class, if you ever want to practice those advanced and stay abreast those movements until we get there, then they're there for you.
Yeah, I've done that.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well, okay. I'm sorry I spent too much time yakking, but I wanted y'all to know the resources that are available to y'all so that you can use them. And then, you always can get in touch with me if you have questions or needs.
I need you to put your email again or telephone number or something.
Okay, let me do that. I'll put it on the chat. It's come up to the side. So my email is crosby@hagarc.org. Now, Sharita, you have a button that comes straight to me. If you push right. Those of you on Clarius, are you sure you don't have a button? Even the SOWEGA people, are you sure you don't have a button where you go, hold on, messages, and then where it says write? I know you can't do it right now because you're on your Clarius for the video, but you see how it says, well, let me close back out. I went to messages here, and then I push write. And
but
then
your name is not on my tablet.
Okay, let me make a note of that. Miss Betty, do you know if my name is on your tablet?
I have the message button, but I've never tried the write, so I don't.
Okay.
That would come. We could send a message to you like that too.
Yes, isn't that cool?
That's nice.
Well,
Yeah.
Your name used to be on it, but it's no longer on it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I requested it be on there, but I have a list. These are the people that have tablets from me, not SOWEGA. And so if I want to message, Sharita, I just push her name and I just write hello, and then I push send and it goes right to her. And then if she wants to write me back, she reads it and then she can respond. So it's just a handy little button, an easy button, if you will. I'll ask Alexi about that, but in the chat, I just put my email, which is Crosby, CROSBY HOGA RC, HOGARC.org. So that's my email. My number is 912-367-3648. And then I'm extension 218. So there's my number right there in the chat. But hopefully I can get y'all my name back on your tablet. I don't know why it got taken off. Anywho, any other questions before we get started?
Well, when you mentioned chat, is that button exposed now, or you have to find it some way? Because I don't see chat on mine.
On your tablet, on your Claris, you don't have, no, on Zoom. I'm sorry.
It's on more. She has to hit more.
Okay. Do you see more on the
Am I
bottom
supposed
of
to
your
do-
screen?
No, I don't.
Well, she
I
has
just
to tap the screen and it'll come up and have more. And then tap more and it'll have chat.
what location are you tapping on the screen? Anywhere?
Anywhere. And then
I don't get anything when I tap on my screen. I
well,
need to get with
mine is
Alexa.
you can tap anywhere and it'll come up. Just tap, don't hold it. But
I'm gonna have to get with Alex and see, because I'm not getting anything, and I think I'm missing a lot on my queries that I need.
okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, at least when I said the email and the number, were you able to write it down?
I just wrote it down on a piece of paper. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I just guess I assumed that y'all could see this chat whenever I wrote into it.
Well, I did.
Everybody else see it?
Miss Sharita, did you see it on your tablet? Did it come up?
Let's see.
Now she's on your system, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
But you see it there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, goodness.
Nobody else on SOWEGA?
Mine came up.
Yeah, Sharita's came from mine. We'll get it straightened out. I'm going to close it for right now.
Thank you for taking this time to kind of explain things to us. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. And sometimes I don't even understand it, but I try to at least know who the people are that can fix it. And now that I have a Claris, because if y'all remember me a year ago, I didn't understand how a Claris even worked. So now that I have a Claris, I kind of have an idea, but I don't have control over SOWEGA's Clarises like I have mine. So all I can do is let Alexie know. And I report to her every class, so she knows who came. So I'm just walking around. I'm very warmed up. I don't need to warm up, but that's definitely what we want to do at the beginning of each class, so that our muscles are have less chance of injury. We just always want to warm up our bodies a little. For whatever reason, it's very warm in this room today, and I'm not complaining because y'all know how much I love heat. So still just giving it a few minutes to open and close our hands. Now, I don't generally believe in walking backwards. I'm just trying to stay in the camera view. If I were in a regular room, I would walk forwards in a circle. It's just hard to do that whenever you have such a limited space. All right, so let's get started. Now, change my camera just a little bit. I got this new camera. I really like it. It's a much better quality than that last one, which was a built-in in the laptop. So thinking about our principles with our body structure, we want that upright posture. So we're standing upright. Our spine is like a string that pulls up and down at the same time. So we have good posture, but our shoulders are relaxed. My feet are about shoulder width apart, and my feet have weight on both feet. So they're evenly distributed. We want to think and remind ourselves to breathe. We tend to hold our breath when we're doing things that are new and outside of our everyday type activities. So just check in with yourself every now and again and make sure you're breathing. As we begin to move, we want to think about slow, smooth, and continuous. Flow like the river. One movement ends and the other immediately begins. It's just one fluid movement. That's our goal. But when we learn things, we're kind of choppy in the beginning. And so don't beat yourself up if it doesn't feel smooth. If you're having to think about it a whole lot, that's just the nature of learning. It just takes time. So be easy on yourself. Also, listen to your body. So, our goal is to do our movements standing, but if at any time you need to take a break and do it from a seated position, or even just stand and watch or sit and watch, do what you need to protect yourself, because safety and listening to your body, that's most important. All right, here we go. We're going to start with our warm-ups. We do our neck, shoulders, spine, hips, knees, ankles. I think I said them all. All right, our hands start at the sides of our bodies. We bring our hands up, palms down, towards our chin and chest. Push away from our body and then follow those hands all the way down, chin towards our chest. I like to inhale as I come up with my hands and then exhale whenever I feel ready to let that air go. Generally takes twice as long to exhale as it did to inhale. Remember to keep a soft bend in those elbows. We're not locking our joints, knees, elbows, none of our joints. They're all soft joints. Our other neck exercise starts off that same way. And when we get here, let's drop one down to our hip and follow this one as we look towards that shoulder and come back to center. Switch hands. So we're going to go side to side, letting that neck stretch. The more you do this movement, the more flexible your neck will be. This is the one of them that I get kind of stuck on because my neck tends to hold stiffness and I just love to stretch my neck. One of the great things about Tai Chi is it teaches us body awareness so we can check ourselves. Let's roll those shoulders forward, checking ourselves for tension, imbalance, leaning. Roll those shoulders back. It feels like a massage we give ourselves. And the goal is a small circle, the size of a quarter, but I tend to $50 it pretty easy. Just feels good to roll my shoulders. We always roll forward first and then back. And rolling it back, that kind of resets our posture. If you ever find yourself kind of in a yucky posture, reset it, roll it back. Very good. Our other shoulder exercise, we bring our hands up and then push those hands down in front of us. Up and exhale down. Just warming up these shoulder joints. Now for our spine, let's grab that ball. Let's separate what they call the heavens and the earth. So the hand that's on top pushes down towards the ground. The other hand comes up and pushes up towards the ceiling, stretching that spine, keeping that soft bend in the elbow. Come back to our ball and switch. Hope y'all feel that nice stretch in your back as you separate those hands. I like to exhale as I separate my hands. It just helps me feel deeper into that movement. So inhaling as I come to my ball, and then exhaling as I separate. And if you can't figure out the inhale and the exhale at certain times, just the fact that you're breathing, that's good. That's a positive. Let's try not to hold your breath as you go through these movements. Now let's take our ball for a ride. We're going to go moving our torso, stopping just above that knee, switching our hands, and take it to the other knee. Switch and come across. Breathing at your own pace. Checking your posture to make sure you're still upright, not holding tension in your shoulders. Usually when I say that out loud, it's because that's what I'm doing. I'm always checking my body, making sure I'm not leaning or holding tension. All right, back to center. Now we're going to go to our lower body. Remember, if you have problems with balance, you might want to have a chair nearby or something stable in case you need to hold on to, or in case you lose your balance, something that you can grab onto rather than fall. Holding onto a chair with these movements and skipping the arm movements, that's good. That's fine. Most important thing is going on is happening with our legs. The top part makes it Tai Chi. It gives it a nice balanced feel, upper body and lower body together. But with this weight transfer, that's what's important. And that's what's tricky about the lower body exercises, because if we already have balance issues, putting our weight onto one leg, that's very challenging. So just listen to your body and do what you need to do. So first is for our hips, and we shift our weight to one leg. We place our heel forward and our hands back. Pause in the center, and then put our toe back and out to the side, kind of like a kickstand when our hands are forward. Come back to center. Heel forward, hands back. Pause, and toe back, hands forward. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see it from the side. My weight is shifted on one leg. I have my heel forward, hands back. You see my body's upright. Pause in the middle and toe back, hands forward. All right, now I'm going to shift my weight to my other leg and have my other foot, heel forward, hands back. Pause and toe back like a kickstand, hands forward. Pause, heel, pause, and toe. And you don't have to pause. I just like it. It kind of gives me a chance to regroup and make sure my balance is on point before I start moving that leg. Let's do one more. Can't remember if I've only done 2 or 3. Try to stick to 3 when we're doing our lower body, because I know it's challenging. The other movement for our hips, we shift our weight to one leg and then pick that and tap it out to the side, bring it back, shift, tap it out, and bring it back to center. Our hands are stacked like this, and they go in the direction of the weight shift. So I'm here, I'm going to shift my weight this way, and I stop my hands at my frame. I'm not going way out here because that's going to make me start leaning and that going toward falling. So we stay in our frame, tap it out, bring it back, switch our hands, shift, lift and tap, bring it back, switch, shift, lift and tap, bring it back, shift, lift and tap, shift, lift and tap, shift, lift and tap. Very good. Now for our knees, we have loose fists, just like we're holding the egg. We don't want to break. Down here by our hips, we're going to shift the weight. We're going to lift the foot, tap the toe out front, and punch the opposite hand out, keeping that soft bend, bringing it back, shift, lift, tap and punch, bring it back, shift, lift, tap and punch, shift, lift, tap and punch. Let's do one more on each side. Shift, lift, tap and punch. And last time, shift, lift, tap and punch. So just a side note, as you progress through that movement, when you tap that foot out, there I kept that foot real close to the floor. Matter of fact, it's tapping the floor whenever I did that movement. As you progress and get stronger and maybe your balance gets better or maybe you feel a little more braver, shift, lift, and tap in the air. Just like there's a cup out there and you tap the top of that cup. That makes it a little extra challenging. Now, you don't have to do that now. You don't have to do it next week. You might not do it till next year, but that's a way to progress through that movement and challenge your balance so that you get stronger. The other knee exercise, the same kind of deal with the punch. The punch is opposite than the foot movement, but we do shift the weight again. We step heel toe, keeping that back foot on the ground. I'm going to shift some weight to that front foot as I punch, bring it back, keeping my body upright, bring the foot back, shift, step heel toe, shift and punch. So I'm not shifting all of my weight to that front foot, just a little bit, side by side, shift, step heel toe, shift and punch. I keep that knee behind that toe. I don't want to extend the knee in front of my toe. You'll know it if you do because it'll hurt. Sometimes these camera angles don't exactly show what you want it to show. So I try to verbalize everything best I can. Shift, step heel toe, shift and punch, bring it back, feet side by side, shift, step, shift heel, bring it back, shift, step, shift and punch, bring it back side by side. So those are our more challenging movements, our hip and knee exercises. Now we have for our ankles, again, there's no hand movements. We can stand here with our hands here or just simply hold on to our chair or table, shift, heel toe. We're rocking that foot, heel toe. Shift, heel toe, rocking that foot. Helps with our flexibility of our ankle, which can help support our body better. Shift. Now big toe, little toe. So we're going kind of side to side. Just an ankle movement, working on that flexibility. Shift and little toe, big toe, rocking that foot side to side. So as I told you, a couple weeks ago, as we learn these warm-up movements, they don't take as much time because I don't have to explain all the parts of it again and again. It's really nice whenever we can get to the point where we do the warm-ups and you don't talk at all. And that's because you can start experiencing the Jing, or the internal part of Tai Chi. That's that mental quietness. And it's hard to have mental quietness if somebody's talking. So let's go through our warm-up movements and just follow me. I'm not going to do talking, but I'll do generally just one per thing, just to give you an idea of that mental quietness. So let's go through, I almost said quickly, but we don't do anything quick in Tai Chi, do we? So let's go through these warm-up movements. Just a little mini version. Here we go. There you go. So a little taste of Jing, mental quietness, as we go through those warm-up movements without talking. It's kind of nice to experience them that way. So that gives you a little snippet, and hopefully we'll get there. But always let me know if you have questions about the specifics of any movements. I don't want you to be wondering if you're doing it wrong and afraid to ask. You can always ask me. You can always look on the videos. All right, so commencement, which we talked about I say last week. We weren't here last week. I was in Macon. I was in a meeting. It was just everything that you would imagine it would be, and I wished I was here. But 2 weeks ago, we did commencement and open and close. So let's review commencement from mirror image and turned around. So commencement is a step forward, and it's led by the left foot. The step is left first, and then the right follows. So we shift right. Y'all know why I'm laughing. We shift right, we step left, we shift left and bring that right foot forward. And if you didn't know why I was laughing, it's because mirror image confuses me and I don't understand why I'm lying to y'all. Because when I say shift right, that's not really my right leg, that's my left, but it mirror image to tell you a different story. So then I step left, shift left, right foot forward. So that's the step forward that we're talking about in commencement. Shift right, step left, shift left, right foot forward. And when we take that step, it's a small step. We're not trying to leap out anywhere. Small step. And whenever we shift, when we step, we don't immediately give it weight. Then we give it the weight, bring the foot forward, and then even out the weight. So that at the end of that movement, our weight is on both legs. The hands of the movement, remember that our hands face each other the whole time. There is an opportunity to do some wrist movement. You don't have to, but there is the opportunity, and why not if you're going to do it. But our hands start at our sides. They come up facing each other, and when they come up, if you're moving your wrist, then your fingers are kind of pointed down as you come up. And then when you come down with your hands, your fingers are more pointed up. That's if you're doing the wrist movement. If not, then you can simply bring those hands up and down. Bring it back into towards your hips. Then come up your body. Our hands go out and then back in. Fingers are pointing up at the end of that movement to get us ready for open and close. So there's the opportunity to move the wrist as you come up, down, towards our hips, up our bodies, out away from us, and then back in, fingers pointed up for open and close. Now remember, anytime we have our hands extended in Tai Chi, it's not extended like Frankenstein. There's still that soft bend. So when our hands come up and they're not out, right? They're out. Nice soft bend. And that's called a song joint. S-O-N-G, just like music. But it's the open joint. It helps energy flow. Remember, Dr. Lamb tells us the story about the ball, where you're showing that ball off. Oh, look, it's so pretty. Don't you want to play with it? No, they don't want to. So you bring it back to yourself and you think, oh, surely they will. Let me see if they'll change their mind. You take your ball out. They still don't want it. So you bring your ball back. So that's a way that some people remember that movement. So I'm going to turn around, but I want you to be clear on what you're doing with your hands, because when I turn around, you can't see my hands as well. So again, they come up and down towards our hips, up our body, out and back in for open and close. Mirror image for commencement. We come up, shift right, step left, hands in and up, shift as we bring those hands out, right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. So to me, there's a relationship between weight shift and hand movement. So when my hand comes down, that's when I shift the weight, down to that right leg. When I bring my hands out or forward, I shift the weight to that front leg and end it, bringing those hands together. So see if you can get that relationship between weight shift and hand movement. So let's try commencement and open and close several times. And commence. Up, down, shift right. Step left, bring those hands in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. All right, let's do it again. I'm going to do it a few times talking through, and then we'll do it with Jean, the mental quietness. Here we go, and commence. Hands come up, down, shift right. Step left, hands come in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. One more time, and then we'll do it with our Jean. And commence. Up. Down, shift right. Step left. Hands come in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Right foot forward. Hands come in. Open and close. All right. Let's do it a few times without talking. And commence. And commence. And one more time. Commence. So how do you feel about that? Good. Good stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Single whip. Single whip is our third movement. And in Tai Chi, in this particular Tai Chi anyway, everything is balanced. So we do something to the right, and then we'll later do it to the left. So everything we do both ways so that it's balanced. So single whip looks like this. We just finished with open and close, so our hands are here. Now, just now when we were practicing at the end of open and close, we closed it out. And so that's general practice to say, I'm done for right now. So you don't close it out at that moment. If you're going to continue, obviously, we have our hands here. And so our first single whip goes to the right. So we're going to shift left, step right. And after we step right, we even our weight out. So now I have weight on both legs. You may have a little more weight on this back leg than the front, but generally it's about 50-50. You may have 60-40, but generally speaking, you have weight on both legs. So our hands are here still, just like in open and close. We're going to push our hands away from us. And remember, still no Frankenstein. We still have that soft bend. We're going to turn our hands away from us. And then we're going to separate our hands. And our eyes are going to follow that left hand. Even though we continue to open our right hand, our eyes follow the left. So that's my semi-warning for you, to not forget about the hand that you're not looking at. Yeah, I don't know if I said too many negatives. Don't forget about the hand you're not looking at. Out of sight, out of mind, right? And so I've been there before where I was like, oh, I'm just looking at this hand and totally forgot to keep moving this one. But at the end of that movement, we want both of our hands to be like this, out. If you bring both of your hands out, you're really going to feel a nice stretch in your chest. You'll probably feel it in your back too. but it really opens up that chest. So don't cheat yourself out of it by not doing the full movement, making sure you continue to open both hands, even though your eyes are following your right. Your left. Definitely my left hand. Following my left hand. All right, so let's go through that again. We're coming from open and close. We shift. We shift left. We step right. We push our hands out, turn them away from us, and now separate those hands that our eyes are following the left hand. Boom. That's single whip. Any questions about that one? So the transition move from single whip to our next movement, sometimes I throw it into the single whip. Sometimes I wait and do it when we do waving hands in clouds. Those transition moves can go either way. They're in the middle. But we're coming from here. Shift, step, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. So right now, our weight is on both legs, right? So what we're going to do is shift the weight to that back foot, which is our left. And we're going to bring the right one back to get us ready for waving hands in clouds. So that's kind of the transition move there. Let me turn around and let's do our single whip looking from behind. All right, here we go. So we're at open and close movement. We shift. Hold on. Am I doing this correctly? When I'm turning around, now I'm back. Now I feel like I'm backwards. All right, so I shift left, step right, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. So now here's the transition where I shift left and bring that right foot back and that right hand down. See why mirror image and turning around confuses me? Because I'm doing it one way, turning this way, and then when I turn around, I forget what the right way is. So, single whip, first one, coming from open and close. Shift left, step right, adjust that weight, push, turn, separate, following that left hand, shift left, bring the right foot and right hand down. Well, the right foot comes back. It doesn't really go down, but your hand comes down, and that gets us ready for open and close. So, not open and close, waving hands in clouds. So if you want to go ahead and step that foot out, that is the next step. This right here is not a very stable stance, and I hate that this movement ends that way. So if you want to go ahead and step out, then that'll be more stable. Let's go over it again, and then we'll add it to our first two moves. Coming from open and close. Shift left, step right, adjust the weight, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. Shift left, bring the right foot back, hand down. And then, like I said, if you want to go ahead and step out, that's fine. Any questions on this one?
No.
Okay, let's add it to commencement and open and close. So from the top. And commence. Up. Down, shift right. Step left, hands come in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Single whip. Shift left, step right, push, turn, separate, following that left hand. Shift left, bring that right foot back, hand down. Step out to get ready for waving hands and clouds. All right, let me talk you through it a few more times. From the top. And commence. Up, down, shift right. Step left, hands come in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Single whip. Shift left, step right. Push, turn, separate, following that left hand. Shift left, bring that right foot back, hand down, and then you can step out to get ready for waving hands and clouds. All right, one last time talking, and then I'll do it with our Jing. Here we go. And commence. Up, down, shift right. Step left, hands come in and up. Shift left as those hands go out. Right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Single whip. Shift left, step right. Push, turn, separate. Following that left hand. Shift left, bring that right foot back, hand down, and then you can step out to get ready for waving hands and clouds, which we'll learn next week. All right, so let's do it a few times with Jing. No talking. And commence. One more time. And commence. So when we do it the Jing way, the quiet way, that really gives us an opportunity to practice that slow, smooth, and continuous. When we do it with the talking, it's a lot more choppy because you have to have room for the talking. So this is something new I'm trying, is to give us an opportunity to do the move in quiet so that we can really focus on that slow, I did it wrong, slow, smooth, and continuous movement. Not talking can really let us experience that. And I just did it wrong again. I wasn't in my mirror image mindset. So what do y'all think about the Jing moment? Do you like trying it in quiet?
I do.
That's nice.
You like it turned around?
I
I
don't.
do.
I don't.
You don't. I'm trying to give a variety for everybody's preference and do some facing forward and some turned around. That way you can see all the parts of the movement. It's hard to see when you're turned around. So anyway, let's do our cool down, doing our little fist massage, telling our legs thank you for working so hard, because as we do all of that weight shifting, that's a lot of work they're putting in for us. So we just give it a nice little massage to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I always give my booty a good fist massage because it works hard too. All right, so let's tense up. We don't like that tense feeling. And now let's let it go. Oh, that feels so much better to let go of tension. Tense it up and let it go. Tense and let it go. Tense and let it go. Our big shoulder circles up and exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. And we take our right fist. That's our strength. That represents our strength. Our left hand, all our fingers are together. That represents our friendship. Our thumb bent in is our humility. So strength, friendship, humility. And we put those together. And in mutual respect, we say namaste. So thank y'all so much. I have some things to text or email Alexie that Miss Betty wants Senior Planet on hers, a button directly to my YouTube page, and Miss Arlene and Miss Betty want my name to be able to message me straight from their tablet.
Right, great.
Anything else?
No, did a good job.
Thank you. I'll see y'all next week, but just let me know if you need anything in the meantime, okay?
Enjoy the class.
All right, love y'all.
Love
Love
you.
you. Love